info. Brought to you by Mike Birchford and Blackshear Murphy Builder Supply, Women's Health Center, and Wolf Animal Hospital. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. On the phone with us on Wednesdays is State Representative Bill Werkheiser. Bill, how you doing today in Atlanta?
Doing good. Getting started.
Winding down. How many days left? 3, 4? How many? Not many.
About 5, I believe.
5 days left.
Still about 10 calendar days, because but I was thinking, since we talked last Wednesday, we've only been in the chamber twice, and even then we did not vote on very much. So where we are now is everybody is scrambling and begging and pleading to get their bill out of the opposite chamber's committee. For example, I have a ambulance transparency government bill, and had a hearing yesterday, got another one this morning at 8:15, meeting with attorneys on that. So everyone who got a bill passed out of their chamber is just trying to get out of the opposite committee, and then we got to somehow figure out to plead, beg, borrow to get that bill on the floor of the opposite chamber, which is always harder to work with the opposite chamber than is your own, because you just have all the connections. Everything's a lot easier in your own chamber.
Well, you're an experienced legislator. You've been up there quite some time. This year, you're seeing things you probably haven't seen for quite some time, right? You know,
yes.
The microphone being turned off, person being escorted off the podium, all the protesters in this hot topic issue about the abortion bill that the governor's hoping he can pass. Just your thoughts on legislature session, you know, how wild and crazy it's been this year in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's funny you said that, because I was walking back to my apartment yesterday, and I was thinking, you know, last year about this time, we were saying, wow, this was probably one of the best sessions. In fact, I think the speaker said that we had just completed one of the best sessions that he's ever been a part of. It just seemed like we got a lot more done. We went through most of the rural Georgia initiatives. This year, it seems like we're tackling all the very emotional issues at one time, like the heartbeat bill. I mean, it's just, because a lot of times, like the gun issue, like if we vote on a gun bill, that's very emotional. It's more emotional on the anti-gun side, whereas on the heartbeat bill, it's a very emotional thing on both sides. And so, yeah, the Capitol was absolutely full yesterday morning, even though they weren't hearing testimony. On the Senate side, they were going to vote that bill out. There were hundreds of people, a lot of police, but it passed out, and now it's waiting on the governor.
Did it stay civil, or did they have to escort people out? It's always
civil. No, and even on the escorting, I mean, her own party handles that. So I don't think, I would say it's more emotional than non-civil. Yeah, most people are very respectful. They make sure they tamp down any, I think everybody's very well aware of the rules. Like if you're in a chamber, if you're in a gallery, I mean, you can't even hold up signs. And if you're laughing or booing or anything, you're going to be shown the door. So, you know, if you want to stay and watch, you got to behave yourself. So,
another hot topic, just kind of hadn't heard anything about it in the last couple of days, is the legislature state trying to take over the city airport. Where's that stand?
Well, it's funny because it was probably one of the hottest topics in the Senate, and it was a Senate bill, so we had zero discussion about it until the bill gets over our way. Well, that has just now happened, and I'm not sure that bill's going to go anywhere. It does not have the passion on our side that it does the other one. Some of the arguments that, I mean, gosh, I don't know how many years that airport's in existence, but it is doing very well. And is it the state's role to just say, hey, we want that, we're going to take it over?
Well, let me ask you a question.
I think that can't be done just in 3 months.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question because, like I said, if it were to let's say let's just assume it passed, the city of Atlanta, the mayor, or threatening legal action against it if it does that influence the vote at all? I mean, do y'all think about that at all? Like, if we pass this, we're going to wind up in court for years? I mean, does that even play a factor?
Yes and no. I guess if you believe in something and you think it's right, it really doesn't. And I can give you several examples of that. So, like the voting bill or the heartbeat bill, they've argued that it's unconstitutional. We already know in the voting bill that there's going to be lawsuits because the ones we pass on the ballot machines. So no, if it's the right thing, it really doesn't. And I guess that would be the same for you personally in your personal life. If you believed in something and thought you were doing the right thing, are you going to stop if you're threatened with a lawsuit, especially if you think you're right? Because then you just say, well, I'll be proven right in the court of law.
I gotcha.
Interesting thought. I mean, that's a great question.
And on the phone with us, State Representative Bill Werkheiser, the voting machines did pass, right? We're going to see new voting machines in 2020?
Yes, so it has not yet been signed by the governor, but that's the only step lacking on that.
And that money's in
the budget.
So
we will have new voting machines one way or the other.
Is that money in the budget? I think it's at $150 million.
Yes, $150 million.
So that's already budgeted for those machines, right?
Yeah, and there's sufficient cushion. We don't expect it to cost that much, but that's for training. That's for software updates. And we just wanted to make sure that there was enough cushion that our local governments did not have to pay for that. We did not want that to be an unfunded state mandate. So we're going to take care of that.
I had a chance to talk to Blake Tiller about this issue. I don't think I've asked you this question yet. Coal ash is a big issue here. I saw where all that legislation didn't pass at all. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, you did ask me that last week.
Oh, I did, okay. So maybe you're the one that said it, they're already doing it. I thought that was Blake told me that, so he said there wasn't.
I told you that on the notification, I felt like they were. Now, on the other, there's some question. And I guess, I don't know, it's so hard, and that's one thing that people don't realize, no matter what the bill is. Like I said, I got a bill I have worked really hard on. You've got like a 1 in 100 chance. I mean, it's like a 1% chance if you drop a bill to see it signed by the governor. There's just, like I said, and not only if it doesn't matter if it's a good bill, it's because of the process, the way it is. I mean, there's just so many bills we're hearing this year that said, that, the author starts, hey, it passed one chamber, it passed both chambers, we ran out of time. The process is against you. No matter what idea you have, there are groups that are fighting you. I mean, just like I've got an ambulance, what I think is a good government ethics and transparency bill, but there are players who are not good actors. Well, they're represented by representatives and senators, so they're getting an earful saying, do what you can to stop this bill. So it's just an uphill fight no matter what the bill is.
Well, give us, like I said, 5 days left. Give us a preview of what all's taking place, because I understand if they make any alterations to a bill, it has to go back and has to have it be approvable again. So, I mean, it goes back and forth, right?
Yeah, I've got that issue this morning as well. At 10 o'clock, I've got a bill hearing on Department of Labor, and they've changed it in the Senate committee, and I'm okay with the changes. So we'll vote on it. It's already been voted out of the Senate. We're going to vote on the House, but there was changes made. So now it's got to go back to the Senate. If it's a simple agree, then it's done. It goes to the governor, even with the changes. If they disagree, then it goes in the conference committee. The speaker chooses 3 people, generally the author and 2 others, and the lieutenant governor chooses 3 people. They go into conference, and they duke it out, and whatever they come out with is the agree.
Okay. Sounds good. So you think the airport issue is kind of dead, but the heartbeat bill, do you think that's going to pass, and the governor wants to sign that?
he wants to sign it, so I think that's as good as done.
All right, and it was interesting. He didn't make any issue. I mean, he made no stance on the airport issue. He said he was just sitting back watching it, but he didn't make any issue one way or the other. So that might be another reason why it's dead in the water as well.
And see, even the lieutenant governor and the speaker, and that's the three bodies. Even the lieutenant governor, even though it passed out of his chamber, he took that same stance. He was like, "Well, I'm not going to get involved. Y'all do what you want."
Right.
And so I just don't know if there's much of an appetite. I think it's just not a widespread priority.
Anything else on the governor's agenda that he wants to see pushed through that we're not discussing that needs to be addressed?
No, I think he got most of his out pretty quick, and that's the advantage of being governor. He got the raises for the teachers, he got the Medicaid waiver, and now the heartbeat bill. So, I mean, those are his three biggies. But, there's other things that, items that Blake and them carried. And I understand he was on your show yesterday.
Yeah, he was. I was unfortunately not here, but we appreciate him calling in. So if you see him, tell him he's welcome anytime.
Right.
I said, we just like the fact he's visited several times. We're hoping he visits, as governor, which I'm sure he will. I mean, he does a good job at traveling. Once the session's over, he'll travel the state. So hopefully we can get him down this area as well and get him back here. But, he said during the campaign he was going to look after South Georgia, and that's what we're hoping that he sticks to that commitment. So I think he's going to. That's one thing I think we've seen him do. He travels the state pretty well, gets to this area quite a bit.
It's just a different personality, and I love Governor Deal, what he's done, but Governor Kemp is just a different. He's just a. I mean, when you meet and talk to him, he's one of us. And I can text him. He's going to text me back. It's a different personality, but they both have done a great job in different ways.
Well, again, we appreciate you calling in every Wednesday. We appreciate Blake Tiller every Tuesday, Stephen Meeks on Monday. I think it's been a great addition. It keeps everybody up to date what's going on with the legislation. And the great thing about it, we stress all the time, you guys are accessible. You give out your phone numbers, your email addresses. You want to hear from the constituents. If they have anything on their mind, you want to hear from them, and you get back to them. So I think it's just good to get all that information out. Yeah,
it's not like we give it out and cringe and hope nobody calls. We want to. It actually makes our job easier when we have legislation that we hear from folks. Because if you think about, especially on me, the term representative, I'm not up here to push my agenda. I'm here as a representative form of government. So even if it's not what I want, if the majority of my constituents want something, I'm going to fight for that. I mean, I feel like that's my role. So it makes our job easier when we do hear from folks.
One final question. I said the teachers and education, they're getting their raise. Anything else otherwise, educational-wise, that we need to be aware of that's coming through the legislature that will affect this area?
No big issues. It's just every year it surprises me the amount of money. We're now close to 60. I mean, this should blow your mind. Out of our $27 billion, between 55 and 60% of every dollar of our budget goes to education.
Right. Where do we stand on the issue? We talked about this exit issues and post-legislative session. They don't want to affect teachers that have retired already, their retirement, but they said they wanted to address new teachers coming in.
Right.
So where do we stand on that? Is there anything we could discuss this session?
Well, that's been worked on. I haven't heard anything in the last week or so, but Tommy Benton's been working on that. We've got to do something financially. Even though that's a $73 billion fund, we've got people. In the past, we had teachers that worked a long time, and so now they're retiring. That money is going out faster than it's coming in. It's not a matter of, what are you going to do? Or if you're going to do something, it's what? We have got to do something. But in fairness to all the teachers who have already put in the system, and they worked all those years knowing and being told that they were going to retire under a certain system, we owe it to them to draw a line and say, if we're going to change the system, this is only going to affect the new teachers coming in.
I understand. One final question, I'll let you go. No movement on the traffic light here in Wayne County, right? That's just kind of like a dead issue. So the second year in a row is just going to be forget it.
I wouldn't say dead as far as not trying, but
I know they're trying, but it just seems we just can't make any headway with anybody. So.
Yeah.
Okay, doke, Bill. Again, we appreciate you being here on the show. Thanks again for calling in, and I guess we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Talk to you next Wednesday. Thanks.
Okay, doke. Again, that's State Representative Bill Werkheiser. Wednesdays with Werkheiser here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. We'll be back with more. Close it out right after the timeout.
Women's Health Center, your hometown OBGYN group, providing exceptional obstetrical and gynecological care for women for the past 20 years. We have 3 convenient locations in Jessup, Blackshear, and Baxley. We understand that choosing your OBGYN is a personal decision and that the relationship with your doctor and the trust you build is essential. At Women's Health Center, we provide obstetrical care and guide you through the process, making sure you and your baby stay healthy. We provide the most advanced ultrasound technology with the clearest pictures ever. Annual gynecological care gives patients an opportunity to take charge of their health. Some of our services include hormone therapy, pellets, Botox, the new 3, 5, and 10-year IUDs, Nexplanon, and much more. We accept all insurance carriers, including TRICARE, Medicaid, and we accept all insured and uninsured patients. Please call our office at 912-588-1020 and visit MajorMD.com for more information about Women's Health Center. That's MAGERMD.com.
It's time to put the paint where it ain't during the biggest paint sale of the year going on right now at Harris Ace Hardware. Buy 1 gallon of Clark and Kensington paint and get one free. That's right. Buy a gallon, get another one free. Don't delay. Head on down to Harris Ace Hardware today because this incredible offer ends Monday, March 25th. Buy 1 gallon of paint and get one free now at Harris Ace Hardware on West Cherry Street in Jessup. And check out their red hot buys for March. You're going to save big.
When we say right on the corner and right on the price, we mean it at Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. Up to $12,000 off 2018 F-150s. $12,000 off America's #1 selling truck. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch and 24/7 at MikeBirchFord.com.
8:18 here at WIFO-FM, Big Dog Country, world-famous Butch and Bob Show on a Wednesday morning, 20th day of March. Wayne County Baseball tonight, 5:50.
Wayne County Baseball from Statesboro. Near Splash in the Borough up there at that nice park. So we'll have that for you today at 5:50, 6 o'clock, first pitch. A reminder, the Bill Royal Day getting underway shortly this morning at 10 a.m. over in Scriven, Georgia. Also a reminder, tomorrow night at the Wayne County Farmers Market, the Rotary Club having that Low Country Boil dinner. Again, it's $15 tickets. Make sure you see a Rotary Club member today or tomorrow for that event. That gets underway between 6 and 9 tomorrow night at the Wayne County Farmers Market. And they'll have DJ K the Pop on hand provided music. Should be a fun night tomorrow night at the Farmers Market, a Low Country Bowl. Again, the public invited to attend. And again, next week is the ribbon cutting for the Cancer Center in Jessup. Again, a great addition to Wayne Memorial Hospital. Again, they're going to open that facility to treat patients the first week of April. Again, if you need to reach that center, you can call 912-810-2773. 2273 stands for CARE, and it's the CARE Center. Open it up next Tuesday here in Jessup, Georgia. Again, nice addition to the Wayne Memorial Hospital and great service provided here. A lot of people that have to go through chemo, radiation will be able to do it right here in Wayne County and not have to travel out of town. Again, that's about it. Jonathan, the playing games last night, Belmont and Farley Dickinson are in the bracket. So, again, they'll get bounced first time they step on the court, but they're at least in.
Best games of the
best game. You love those games, right?
Yes, I do. Those are the only two that I'm interested in.
Did you watch them last night?
No, I didn't.
Then why do you say you're interested? If you didn't
I'm just interested because I heard the interview with Jim Rome yesterday with the Farley Dickinson coach.
What did he have to say? Anything exciting?
Yeah, well, Rome was raving about how that guy was just a real motivator. And if Jim Rome raves, he must be pretty good because Rome's pretty not positive a lot of the time.
He still hasn't sent you that autograph.
No.
Why are you so high on it? For 3 years in a row, he's just totally, yeah, I'll send it. No,
yeah.
Never seen it.
I don't know.
Blake Bortles, how do you think he's going to do out in Los Angeles?
About as bad as he did in Jacksonville.
Well, at least he won't be the starter out there, but wish him well. Good guy. I still say he was a victim of circumstances. I mean, offensive line depleted, no really good receivers. Leonard Fournette can't decide if he wants to play or not play, so maybe it'll be better down there in Jacksonville this year with Nick Foles making all that money.
We will
millions and millions of dollars. A lot of money handed out in free agency, that's for sure. We'll have the pick for the March Madness tomorrow. Got to get my bracket done today, get that turned in.
All right.
I don't think I'll be picking Farley Dickinson.
No, I wouldn't either.
Or Belmont.
No.
I don't think they're going very far.
No, if they can
Braves baseball, we got more spring training this week. Are they winding that down? How's that?
Yes, this weekend. Saturday is the last game ever at Champion Stadium. Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock, they'll be in their new digs at Cool Today Park.
Cool Today Park.
Yes.
That sounds like a nice park.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. It looks like it's going to be very,
That's
very
what it's
nice.
called, Cool Today?
Cool Today Park. That is the name of the company.
What's that named after?
It's a company that does something. I guess they do air conditioning or something. It's going to be cool today.
Cool Today.
But yeah, they'll be in their new.
And that's the name of the park. Cool Today Park. You're not making that up?
No, I'm not making that up. That's down there in South Florida, near on the West Coast. They're going to be right there near Fenway South. Apparently, they're very close to the Red Sox game. Did you know that? I did not know that the Red Sox spring training is an exact replica of Fenway Park in terms of dimensions and everything else.
And the Green Monster. Got all that.
Yeah.
And one more final note before I go. Bill Harvey, under items commissioners, talked about the renovations taking place at Crack Williams. Said it's coming along very nicely. Said the inside of the buildings looks extremely nice. So, again, they're doing a lot of work outside as well. But that project's still underway. But they're very pleased with the work being done and the improvements to that rec center. I agree with him. Every time I drive by there, the place is packed. Kids are enjoying that new equipment. But there's more to come is what they tell us. So it's nice to see that park being used on a daily basis.
Yep. Hopefully get that pool in there, too. Get it back in there, because that's the plan, right, to put the pool back.
Yeah, put the pool back. That's the plan, yeah. So they said somebody did vandalize the inside, but they're hoping to find them. They looked at Mike Lane and says, we want to find the culprit. So be interesting. Then Bill Harvey made a joke about how they should punish it, but we can't repeat that on that.
Nope, no. All right, that's it.
He said that was an off-the-record comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, that's it for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
Okay, we'll see you.
Have a good day. We'll see you on Thursday.
And then along came Walker Jones.
It's Truck Month at Walker Jones Chevrolet, and we're celebrating with incredible deals. How about a new 2018 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab truck up to